Welcome back to Baby Takes. We are finally back and we are excited to bring you this highly anticipated season preview, season prediction video, and finally back to being once a week together. We're going to do once a week, every week for Nebraska videos. We're going to preview the last game. So next week we'll be previewing the Northwestern game. Hopefully we'll be excited, and then we'll be looking ahead to the next game, which will be North Dakota. So I have the schedule pulled up here. So if you see me look over there, that's why. I'm ready to get into it. Zach, you got anything before I start?
Not a whole lot. Excited. It's the week we've all been waiting for. Big week. They're in Ireland. I know they just toured the stadium today, so that was huge. It can be a great week.
Yeah, week 0 didn't really fare well for us last year, but hopefully it can be a little bit different this year. There's a lot of uncertainty, and I'm excited to see what Casey Thompson can do, what Mark Whipple can do, what Anthony Grant can do, all the new guys, Trey Palmer. But before we start, make sure you follow all of our socials. They're going to pop up somewhere on the screen right now. Our Instagram, daily content, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of that daily content. I'm so super excited to get that out to you. And remember to like and subscribe. We had the most likes we've ever had on a video last week. So let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. And then we just want to keep it going. We really expect you guys seeing this video are very in tune to Nebraska's season and probably just as excited as we are. So with that, let's just get right into it. So Northwestern this week, game week. Last year, obviously we took care of business with Northwestern. One of the most fun Nebraska games, definitely last year, one of the most fun Nebraska games to watch in a while. So I'll let you go first. What do you think? What do you think about this Northwestern game?
I would say I don't think it's going to be the same result as last year. Not as far as like a win goes, but as far as I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Like I'm not saying it's going to be down to the wire or anything like that, but at the same time, like everyone says, like if it's an even year, it's 2022. Northwestern's on. So
Right.
28, they won the West. 2020, believe they won the Big Ten.
They were in the Big Ten championship, but I think they
Yes,
lost to Ohio State
yes.
or somebody else. I don't know.
And then here we are, 2022. Northwestern's always better on an even year. I don't know how true that really is, or if it's just a coincidence. But Northwestern didn't get a whole lot better as far as offseason goes compared to what we did. I think it'll still be a tight game. Both teams are going to have problems with, new place, week 0. I'm sure jet lag, things like that, right? Will play an occurrence there. I'm going to go a 35-21 win for Nebraska here. A solid 2-possession win. Nothing blowing them out of the water, but at the same time, never in fear.
Yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with that. But I agree that I think it's going to be a little bit tougher than it was last year. It's Northwestern's always a solid team. Last year was kind of I don't want to say fluke year because it is like every other year. They have this bad year, they have a good year, they have a bad year, have a good year. I think Pat Fitzgerald is a really good coach. I think Northwestern has a solid team. I think they have like one of the best left tackles in the nation. I think they're going to cause some problems for us, but I also think that in terms of roster, it's not even close. I think Nebraska has the much better roster. I do think the continuity of Northwestern is going to help them out a lot with their coaching staff and what they always do. We're bringing a lot of new guys in, a lot of new coaches in. So I think there's going to be a little learning period. We might start off a little rough, but once we start getting things clicking, I think we're off to the races. So I'm with you. I think it's going to be a little closer than it was last year, but I do think we're going to win handily. So I think it's going to be like a 35-17 final score, kind of pretty close to what you said. So North Dakota, obviously, it's not even the best college in their state. It's not North Dakota State. North Dakota State, I'd be a little bit more worried, but North Dakota, it's an exhibition game, honestly, is what I think of it as. You use these games to get your offense going, get your defense going, get your plays right, get people playing time. Hopefully, we see a lot of different players playing these games. So I'm not too worried about North Dakota. Obviously, I'm predicting a win, home opener. It's going to be sold out, going to be crazy in there. So I'm predicting we'll say 42-14 final score. I think they get 2 touchdowns on us, but I think we definitely take care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. North Dakota, nothing crazy coming out of them. I mean, they're not like an App State or something crazy. Like they're not an FCS team that goes out and upsets Power 5 teams. 5-6 last year. Like nothing crazy. I do know, just reading up on them, they run a blitz defense that's pretty tough sometimes for their FCS teams, but I think it's something that we can blow through. I'm gonna say we're gonna go 53-14 here. Yeah, we're gonna run up the score a little bit on them.
Yeah, I like that. I think there's definitely potential for that because you get Casey Thompson in. Hopefully, he puts up a lot of points. You get Chuba Purdy in. Hopefully, he puts a lot of points. Even maybe Logan Smothersy sometimes he puts a lot of points. So I like that prediction a lot. Georgia Southern, to me, another game that I'm not too worried about. One thing I kind of like to look at is coaching, and they have USC's old coach, and he was definitely a little polarizing at USC. Some say he was trash, some say he was good, just wasn't given a chance. So that's going to be good for their recruiting. They have gotten some transfers in there, but it's still Georgia Southern. I don't think we're going to have any problem with them talent wise. I think Nebraska blows them out of the water. So I think it's going to be similar to the North Dakota game. Maybe they put up a little more points. Maybe it's like 50. No, I'm going to stick with my 42, like I did North Dakota, 42, like 17, 42-21, something like that. I think Georgia Southern gives us a little bit of an issue, but not obviously too much of an issue.
Yeah, like you were saying, it's not gonna be anything crazy. What I do like about this game though is it is the night game. It's an odd night game to choose. I would have much rather had the next game be a night game, but night game we always play well at night games. I think we played Northwestern last year in a night game, and so as of history, we play pretty well as night games go.
Especially at
And
home.
yeah, and this is one that we have to win. All three of these games, Northwestern, you have to win. These two, you better win. I'm gonna go here. I think maybe the offense isn't as clicky as it was against North Dakota. So we're gonna go like 35, but I think the defense is on their toes. So we're gonna go like 35-10.
I like it a lot. All right. So we both think 3-0 heading into this Oklahoma game. Big noon kickoff against Oklahoma. Probably both 3-0 teams. This is Brent Venables' first real test as a head coach of Oklahoma. Man, this is going to be a big one. I do think that Nebraska is going to pull an upset sometime this season. This game, I want to win this game so bad. It's going to be a tale of two offenses, in my opinion. I think our defenses are both going to step up and do really well. I think just whatever offense makes the big plays, whatever special teams makes the big plays. I think special teams are going to come up big in these top 15 matchups that we're going to talk about later. And I think this one will be a top 15 matchup. Not us. We probably won't be top 15 headed into this game, but I think Oklahoma definitely will be. Is this Scott Frost's staple? Is this his prove it game? I'm gonna pick it. I think Nebraska wins this game. I think this is Nebraska's staple, and this is where we start getting momentum. This is where we start going. And I think Nebraska wins this game 28-25.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just checking out Oklahoma's schedule right here. I'm not gonna say that Nebraska is gonna be the most tested team coming into this game, but I think that going over to Ireland, playing a game over there, and then coming back and playing a week after. Actually, Northwestern has a bye week, week 1,
Must be
and
nice.
so yeah, that's nice for them, but we don't have that luxury, and so I feel like sure we may be playing Northwestern, North Dakota, and Georgia Southern. Right, as far as like talent and toughness of the teams go, maybe we aren't tested as much, but just as like going to Ireland, playing a game in a different place, coming back, playing a game and playing a game again, and then going into this, I feel like we will be tested, we will be tough, and we will be primed compared to Oklahoma opening up week 1 against UTEP and then following that up a week 2 game with Kent State. So, no, not tested here. Both are home games. Like, come on, 2 home cookie games here. And then you're coming to Lincoln, right?
Right.
So I also think that this is the time Scott Frost is going to go out and pull it off. I am drinking mega pints of Kool-Aid. I'm going to go 35-28 here, high scoring game. I think we both got some solid offenses. Obviously, you got Big 12, always high powered offenses. And I think we've really stepped up in the offensive scheme this year. And I'm not saying our defense is bad. I'm just saying it's hard to stop an offense like Oklahoma. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to win a game against Oklahoma, you're going to have a couple stops. you're really gonna have to play a low scoring shootout is what I would like to say. A low scoring shootout.
Yeah. And how crazy would it be? Tied 25-25. We kick a game-winning field goal. Bill Bush goes crazy on the sidelines. We went from having the worst special teams in the nation to kicking a game-winning field goal against Oklahoma. Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be nuts.
I've seen this and I believe it. People are saying this is the best atmosphere in Lincoln. This Oklahoma game will be the best atmosphere in Lincoln since Miami came in 15, 16.
Yeah. So yeah, 7 years.
Yeah. And I believe it. I bet
Oh
it's
yeah.
personally, as a guy that's looking to buy tickets, the freaking nosebleeds are selling for like $300 a pop right now. Yeah, it's already been completely sold out. I'm sure. I'm sure like you will not find an empty seat in there come game day. You won't. You won't do it. It won't
Not
happen.
even close. There's gonna be I feel like there's gonna be multiple people to a seat almost. You gotta think. So yeah, 4-0 going into a bye week, going to homecoming with our fourth straight home game against Indiana. Now, this is low key. This could be a trap game. We're high off the bye week. We're 4-0, probably ranked at this point, you would think. Um, and we come back to Indy, or we come back to Lincoln for Indiana. I think this is gonna be a closer game than people think. But I think the fact that it is a home game is going to help us a lot. So I think Indiana comes out and punches us in the mouth, and I think we get things going. I think we come back out. I think we probably win this game 28-14. I think Indiana probably jumps up to like a 14-0 lead, and then we're like, okay, we need to get back into it. We need to go. So we start going, we start picking it up, 28-14 final score. I think this is a really prove it game for us, and I think Nebraska is going to get it handled.
Yeah, I also think that. There's a lot of things that could come into play, right? So homecoming, right? All these transfers. This is their first homecoming at Nebraska. In our predictions, you're now 4-0. You just knocked off Oklahoma. You got a bye week. You had a week of rest. Like everything's perfect. Nothing can go wrong, right? Indiana.
And Indiana is doing the same thing Northwestern kind of does. They do like this every other year thing. Like 2020, they were really good, and then 2021 last year, I think they won like 2 games. So
And Indiana will be kind of tested coming into this. They're going to come off a loss as far as I'm concerned. They're going to go Illinois, Idaho, Western Kentucky. Right before us, they're playing Cincinnati. And so they're going to come off a loss. They're going to be hungry. We're going to come off big win, bye week, kind of chilling. I also think they come out, punch us in the mouth, but I think we come back. I think we end up winning this game 28-21. I think it's a little close, but yeah, I think we end up coming back and winning this game. I do just think we're a better team.
yeah, 100%. And then so what are we 5-0? We're 5-0 going into this Rutgers game, and I think we make it 6-0. I think Rutgers is on the come
Yeah,
up. I think Rutgers is really good. They're getting there, but I do think Nebraska's roster is just better. It'll be tough because we're going to New Jersey, and it's a night game, and Nebraska does fare well in these night games. Last time we played a night game against Rutgers, I think we did win that game, but I think Adrian Martinez threw like 4 interceptions, something like that. But I do think we win this game, and I think we win it pretty handily. We come into this game tougher because we know what happens when you don't, because Indiana's coming off what we think to be a little punch in the mouth, really show us that anything can happen. So I think we jump out in this game. I think we win pretty handily. I think we win 35-10.
yeah, for sure. I think what we need to remember is who Rutgers quarterback is going into
Maybe. I
this.
mean, they haven't named him to be the starter yet. People think
He
he might
probably,
be the backup.
I think he probably will be the starter. And so we're looking at Noah Vedral, ex Nebraska quarterback. Whether he's the starter or not, I get we're changing up the entire offense and everything, but he's going to understand kind of the mojo that goes with Nebraska. He was there. He lived it. He lived the quarterback life there. And so he's kind of going to understand it a little bit. And so they may come in with a little, I'm not going to say knowledge or anything, but just like knowing how we roll. But I think Rutgers, like you said, is on the come up. And I think they're a little better than a lot of people give them credit for, but I don't think they're there quite yet. I think we can also come away with this win here, 28-10, kind of win, 28-14, somewhere around there. Again, kind of like not like a super handily blowout, but never in fear of danger.
So then Purdue, this is going to be a tough one. Man, if this is a night game, I probably pick a little differently, but I think Purdue is going to be a really tough game. But Purdue is a lot like us, honestly. They're, they hired a new coach around the same time we did. They've been really good. They always knock someone off, and by this time, if we're 6-0, having a top 10 win probably, because Oklahoma's probably going to be top 10 when we play them. I could definitely see us being top 15, top 10, and Purdue just plays better against those teams. I'm going to be the Debbie Downer. I'm going to pick a loss here. 31-25 is my final score prediction. I think Purdue does it again. They always have one big upset in the year, and I think it's to us. I think we dropped this game to now we're 6-1, I think. So yeah, I think we dropped the game to Purdue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in agreement there. I think, like you said, Purdue is always a good team, but a lot of years they're kind of the underdog. This year, a lot of people are picking them to win the West. There's quite a few people out there that are picking Purdue to possibly win the West. I don't know if they're that level yet, but yeah, no, I think that we're traveling there, coming off some wins. We're feeling good. A lot of these players have never been here. Like you said, possibly top 15 ranking. We feel like we did it. We finally found the secret sauce, right? I'm also going to pick a loss here of like a 28-21, 21-14. I just think we're just going to get beat here just off of the fact that I think we weren't possibly prepared for going into a West Lafayette to play the Boilermakers.
Yeah, and I just want to be clear, and I think Zach's the same way. Just because we pick a loss doesn't mean we're hoping that we're right. We
No,
hope that we win all these games.
yeah, but
But
this is
you got to be
realistic.
realistic, right?
Like, I don't think it's possible to just fix everything year one with 12-0. Like, it's just that just doesn't happen. I think everyone watching this will agree that it's just not going to happen. I think it's going to be much improved. We're going to have a great year. We're going to have a lot of fun. But I just, 12-0 national championship. I would love that. Give a lot of things to have that, but I just don't think we're going to get there.
And at this point, I mean, going into what is it? Because we had our bye week, so it'd be week 8, and we're already bowl eligible. I think it's already a successful season.
Yeah, and
So
at that relax. Like, you can really relax.
yeah, okay, you can relax, but you don't take the foot off the gas.
No, but you can play more. You can play looser, right? You don't have to play so like
Yeah,
play
I mean,
more.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
There's less
saying, but
kind of thing.
sure, sure. Okay, so coming off a loss to Purdue, we come back to Lincoln finally, and we play Illinois, who has beat us twice in a row now, embarrassed us. I think this is it. I think we blow Illinois out of the water. I think we're coming off a loss. We're upset. We have a super good game plan. We coming back home to an atmosphere. I just think right before Halloween, so it's probably gonna be decently cold. I think Nebraska really, really runs up the score on Illinois. I think 45-14 final score. I don't think Illinois is that good. And I think Nebraska wants revenge for the past 2 years. And also, we're coming off a loss. And I think we'll be upset.
Yeah, like you said, October 29th in Lincoln. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be chilly. My standout player for this game is Mr. Yant himself. Dude's huge. I feel like we're gonna run it down their throat this game, and there's not a whole lot that can stop us coming into this. I also think that we're just overall a better team. I like that it's in Lincoln. I guess last time, 2020, when Illinois came to Lincoln, it was so ugly. I think they blew us out. I'm pretty sure that was rough.
Last year, we had every chance we wanted to win, and we just gave
Yeah.
them the game.
This is an easy win. I think we're going out. I don't know that. What did you say your score was? Like 50?
45-14 was my final.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that high. I think it's like a 35-10. With it being cold, it's hard to run the score up on a
Sure.
But yeah, I think that we're going to win this game fairly handily.
Yeah. And then heading right into Minnesota with the used car salesman himself, PJ Fleck. I think Minnesota's really had our number these past few years. Last year was just an ugly game. Let's didn't even want to watch it, just turn the game off type of game. So, but I think Nebraska's coming back with vengeance. I think our three running backs are gonna, or 3 to 4 running backs almost, are gonna really prove big in this game. I think Grant, Ramir Johnson, and Gabe Irvin are all gonna have great games in this game. Kind of like what they've done to us in the past, where they have had multiple running backs just have great games. But this time, I think our front seven is really the strength of our team. So we have the tools to beat them, and I think we do beat them. I do think it's close. I'm going to say like a 28-24 type game, maybe like 28-17. Maybe they score another touchdown, make it 24. But no, I like our chances in this Minnesota game, and I think we win to make ourselves 8-1, 8-1 at this point going into.
Yeah, I think if I were to go through the schedule and rank importance of games, right? Like, gotta win this game. I think Northwestern would be number one importance, but I think Minnesota is two. Minnesota's had our number, and they're not like a Michigan, Ohio State that like sure they beat us a lot in the last few years, but that's except like no, like we can beat Minnesota. We're evenly matched with Minnesota. We just got to get over that hump, right? And so I feel like this is the game that if we can come out and win this game in Lincoln, like you said, that would make us 8-1. I feel like people are like, okay, we did it. Like, all right, we did it. We found something here. We're on the right track. And so I also think we can come out, like you said, I think this is when we're going to use our huge running back room later on in the season. We got a lot of big games, so that's why I think we can use that. I think we can use our huge quarterback room there as well, because Logan Smothers, Heinrich Harburg, big run guys, right? And big quarterbacks that we can use in the run. Maybe if Casey Thompson, I mean, he's been playing a ton of games here. You don't want him to run the ball left and right like we did. And I feel like that's what we did last year with Martinez was we just ran him back and forth and back and forth. Dude broke his jaw, like bad stuff happened. And so I feel like we can utilize the things we have. I feel like Mark Whipple is going to do that. And I think we can come out and win this game a good 28-21, hard fought, maybe even like a 21-14. I think a 21-14 game here in Lincoln is what I'd like to see.
Yeah, that's Big Ten football right there. So yeah, like you mentioned, this stretch of games is tough. This stretch of 4 games, you go Minnesota, at Michigan, Wisconsin, at Iowa. I think we have to win two out of those 4 games to hold it to be a successful season. We have to win 2 out of those 4 games. I think if we lose all 4, it would be
7-5.
Yeah, we would be 7-5. Honestly, if we lose the last 4 games, I don't know if Scott Frost holds his job.
No,
just that leaves that bad taste in your mouth. So I think beating Minnesota.
Not even that though. Like you go back and look who he would beat, right? So Northwestern, okay, you beat him, good. Georgia Southern, cool. North Dakota, cool. Indiana, Illinois, Rutgers, like okay, you beat the teams you need to beat. You beat the teams that everyone beats. But where's your?
We would have a win against Oklahoma.
Yeah, but people just say that's a fluke.
Right. Especially if we lose to Purdue, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa. So going into this Michigan game, I think it's super important to be coming off a win against Minnesota. So honestly,
like in this Michigan game, right? So like you said, it's super important to come off a win. What you're not hearing us say is it's super important to win this game. Michigan was a playoff team last year. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. Really didn't lose a whole lot after that. It's kind of bringing the same team back without the star defensive player. So I think this is a good team. And we're going to Ann Arbor, to the big house. It's going to be cold. They play well in the cold. Sure, we have a great running back room. Sure, we have a great quarterback room. But I just don't know that we can pull this off quite yet. I don't know that we're there yet. I think we will be eventually. I think in the next few years we will be. But as far as this year goes, I don't think we're there yet. And I'm honestly okay with that. I think it's going to be close, though. It was close last year. And so I think it can be close this year. But I think they take this one a 28-21 kind of game, 28-20 kind of game. That's just how it ends up. And I feel like that's okay.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a cold game. And I think that the fact that this is in Ann Arbor is really the decision maker for me. I think it's going to be a close game. I do think it's going to be a close game. 2 top 25 teams, I think, at this point, as we're going into it 8-1. So I think we're still a top 25 team. They're definitely a top 10 team, probably. Yeah, I think they take this one from us. I think it's a close game, but I think it's a very, very low scoring game. I think it's like a 17-14 finish. I think Michigan comes out on top. So then going into Wisconsin has been a close game for years. Last year, I think our front seven really held Braylon Allen pretty good. He broke off a couple big runs, so his stats are going to look pretty good. But I think we did a very respectable job as a whole against one of the best running backs in the nation in Braylon Allen. So I think we come out. I think we matched him pretty well. I don't think Braylon Allen does what he does last year. I don't think he breaks off those big runs as Reimer and Heinrich are 1 year older, one more year experienced. And I think our front seven is just better with O'Jon Mathis, Garrett Nelson, Ty Robinson, just all the guys that are going to clog up the middle for that Wisconsin style running. And I don't think they tire us out. I think we hold strong, and I think we win this game. I think it's always a good recipe against Wisconsin if you can force them to throw the ball. If you can force them to throw the ball, you're doing pretty good. I'm not saying they can't throw the ball, but that's definitely not their strong suit, and it hasn't been their strong suit for years. So if you can stuff the run, if you can get a lead on them, which I think we will, and force them to throw the ball, I think we're sitting pretty. So I think another low scoring game, another classic Big Ten game. I think a 21-17 game. And I think we come out on top.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to agree with a lot of that there. Braylon Allen is a year older, a year better, but so are we. But Wisconsin's kind of like Minnesota, right? They always have our number. It always seems like they bring this new running back that always runs all over us and finds a way every year. And I think this is one where I just don't know if we're there yet. Kind of if we win this game, I think if we win this game, we win the West. Well, this and Iowa.
Probably, yeah.
We'd win the West. And as much as I really want to pick a win here, I don't know that we will. I'm gonna pick like a 21-14, 21-17 loss here. Close game, low scoring game, but I just think Wisconsin comes out on top. But I feel like we're there. I feel like it's a game that we can win. It's just about will we kind of thing.
Yeah, you look at the schedule. I mean, Oklahoma is going to be a top 15 team when we play them. Michigan's going to be a top 15 team when we play them. Wisconsin's going to be a top 15 team probably when we play them. Who knows about Iowa? I guess Iowa could be a top 15 team when we play them. People are saying this is an easy schedule, which in terms of Big Ten scheduling, maybe. I mean, you don't have the Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State, but I mean, Big Ten's always going to be the Big Ten. So I think that people are overlooking the schedule. The schedule is going to be tough, but yeah, I think that's our first disagreement right there of the whole schedule. So I have Nebraska sitting at what, 9-2?
I have them at 8-3 here.
And you have them 8-3, yeah. So going into this Iowa game, I'm gonna let you take this away because I got a lot to say about this Iowa game.
You know, as much as I'd love to predict this like 120-0, obviously that's not going to happen. I'm so glad it's in Kinnick, though. I'm so glad it's in Kinnick because I wish Iowa could play in a stadium filled up like Nebraska's instead of their, high-level high school stadium that they play in currently, essentially, that they might sell out once a year, maybe, if you have a good game. I don't know. I feel like we'll go there and we'll look around and then we'll be like, oh, that's it. It's all the people you brought to this game. Okay.
This is it? You got more guys coming?
Yeah, come on. We just played Oklahoma. 95,000 people screaming their head off. Remember in the big house? Come on. Yeah, no. Iowa's a joke. I hate Iowa. You know what? I'm going to give Iowa a compliment. Great defense. Always had a great defense. They picked up a 5-star corner out of Iowa, actually.
Which is the only way they're ever going to pick up a 5-star.
Yes.
Iowa.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, the offense, kind of like their stadium, just slightly better than high school out here. So we'll see if their quarterback can throw the ball or
who's even going to be their quarterback this year?
Who knows? Probably some below average 6'3", 220, goes to the bar every night guy.
Drinks Bush heavy.
Calls it bags. Usual. No, really though, I'm going to predict a Nebraska win here of 30-27. to 21.
I like it. I like it. So I'm going to go a little bit of a different route because Iowa really had our number and really has had our number. People are saying it's not even a rivalry because they just beat us all the time. Last time we beat them, I think it was like 2016, 2017?
The first Heroes game.
Yeah, the first actual true rivalry name game. I think we flipped the script. I think we keep the momentum we had going last year at the beginning of the game. What were we up, like 21-9? I think we go up something like that again, but this time we don't shoot ourselves in the foot. And I think we just keep going with it. I think we keep rolling on them. I think their defense can't touch our receivers. I think our defense just stuffs the run game. And if, like what Zach said, if you force one of their always the same guy and a different number quarterback to throw the ball, then I think you're in a good spot. So I think if we make Iowa throw the ball, we're going to win this game pretty handily. I'm going to go. I think we run it up on them. I really do. I think 35-7 is my final score prediction. I think this is the year. I think Iowa truly gets put in their place. I think they finally see that, okay, Nebraska is getting better, and we've been the same team for 20 years. So I think we really do it to them. I think we really pound them in the dirt because Iowa sucks. So my final record prediction is pretty.
It's 10-2.
10-2. It's up there, but
10 head to the Big Ten championship for you.
10-2 headed in the Big Ten championship. Probably playing Ohio State. Honestly, if we play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, we're probably going to lose that game. But
probably gonna
still, a Big Ten championship berth for Nebraska right now would mean more than anything. Scott Frost would be, the savior once again. The atmosphere for a Nebraska football game is just going to be like heaven for the rest of existence because we'll never have another losing season. Knock on wood, obviously, but everything's going good for Nebraska right now. If I wasn't, I'm going to be honest, I am biased 100%. But if I wasn't biased,
I am biased.
it'd be boring. So,
yeah,
I think Zach, would you finish at 9-3, which would still be good. I mean, I think we have to win Iowa. We have to win Iowa. The must wins probably go Northwestern, like you said, Minnesota, and then Iowa. Iowa might jump Minnesota. We have to beat Iowa. You have to beat Iowa. If we lose to Iowa, I cannot go another offseason of Iowa fans telling us that it's not a rivalry and people disrespecting us once again. It's gone on too long. And I need Nebraska to beat Iowa. It just needs to happen.
All right. Here, I saw this the other day. This is Scott Frost leaving for Ireland. I quite enjoy this actually because I feel like this shows Scott Frost is back. He has no pressure. Last video when I said Scott Frost isn't calling the plays, he's just the CEO kind of role. I feel like that plays in here. He's got the pressure off. Dude's just having fun. I'm going to break down this rail slide real quick. Now, I give that rail slide a solid 6 out of 10 here. If we were to watch the video back, we won't. But if we were to watch the video back, caught a little bit of speed, kind of liked it. I like the whole balancing with the legs, making sure you don't fall over. Kind of wish you would have stayed on till the end, though. Kind of wish you would have stayed on till the end, hopped off a little early. But big fan of the Scott Frost rail slide. I'm hoping that shows up on some shirts somewhere. Scott Frost sliding down the rails.
Hey, maybe that's our first merch line.
Might have to make some baby takes merch of Scott Frost sliding down the rails.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, that was a good episode. I'm predicting 10-2. Zach's predicting 9-3. I think both are just successful.
Oh yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. I'll try to figure out how to do it. I think you can put up a Facebook poll, and I'll put it up in or Zach will put it up in one of the groups, or both the groups, or all the groups. I don't know. Between the range of like 6-6 to 10-2, 12-0, something like that. What you guys think the season's going? What you guys think is a must-win game? And yeah, so super excited. Obviously, to see this Saturday, this Dublin game at 11:30 a.m. What time is 11:30 in
5:30.
Dublin? So it's a
5:30
5:30 p.m. game. So it's a night game. So Nebraska's obviously going to win. So pretty excited. And we'll be back.
Viva.
Yeah. So good luck to the boys out there. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Zach, you got anything else?
Nope, that'll be all for me.
Okay, so remember to follow all the socials. They will pop up once again: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I think that's all of them. And remember to like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. If you like Nebraska, subscribe to this video. If you've made it this far, obviously you like the video, so like it. And then comment down below your guys' record predictions. But with that, we'll see you guys next week to preview North Dakota and to recap the Northwestern game.